City News. My name is Jamie Reynolds. I am here to report about student behaviour in schools. I interviewed Carol Campbell and here's what she had to say.
And we looked at strategies, ways of helping them to accept the things that they were doing that were getting them into trouble, looking at ways in which they could improve their behaviour. So that's one of the things that we did to improve it, and it's continued to get better. We no longer run that behaviour support group. Instead, what we've done is devised a student disciplinary panel. So our lead mentors, who are also on our house council, and that's student leadership basically within Jaguar House, they will be working with Mr. Lazowski to have those key students, and we've got 3 really high profile students. They'll be interviewing them in the same way that you're interviewing me to say, why are you behaving like this? And we're doing this as a preempt before they sit in front of the main disciplinary panel, which is held by Miss Holmes, who's the head of the school, Miss Turpin, Mr. Lazowski and Mrs. Flynn, who's vice principal. So there's a lot of methods, a lot of strategies that have been put in place.
How has your behaviour changed?
How has it changed? I think it's changed in the sense of we also have what's called the intra-league system, which is where tutor groups compete against each other, and they're competing on attendance, punctuality, behaviour, vivos, accelerated reading. So there's an onus on tutor groups to improve, because every time someone goes into the internal exclusion room or the timeout room, it's logged on the system. That affects the point system for the tutor group. And what we do now is every week tutors receive a PowerPoint presentation, and it details those students that have been placed in the exclusion room. And because there's a sense of family now in the tutor group, if for instance a child is placed there and it's acknowledged when they do the session with the kids, it's basically saying, you've let us down, why were you in there? So it's sort of like shaming them in a sense, but in a positive way. It's also enabling them to think, do you know what, this isn't just about me, my behaviour actually affects everybody else around me.
So what you're doing is you're making out that when they're behaving, they're affecting their tutor group. So
Absolutely.
if they affect their tutor group, they want to improve their behaviour so their tutor group wins or their tutor group gets better points.
Definitely. And that's key for us, the intra-league system. And not all houses run that as effectively as I believe we do. We give bonus points, for instance, when tutor groups do really well. It might be a specific activity, it might mean they've won something. We have competitions. I mean, the most recent one that we had was a recycling outfit where students were given a bin liner and they had to recycle it by making an outfit out of it, and they could bring stuff in from home, newspaper, cardboard, whatever. And those tutor groups that came first, second and third, they get bonus points.
What could you do to make your behaviour stop completely?
I don't think you can ever make behaviour stop completely. That's virtually impossible. Everyone has good days. Even a role model student can have a bad day. But what we can do is continue to enforce standards and remind people these are our expectations. This is the right way to behave.
Thank you.
I also interviewed the student behaviour advisor and here is what he had to say.
So behaviour for us is having enthusiastic, motivated, willing students that want to participate in learning and take an active role. But since we've become an academy, since we've introduced a lot of new systems, we've certainly seen an improvement in behaviour, a dramatic improvement actually. And like I said, that supports behaviour for learning as well as what we see on the playground and everywhere else. So we have a Monday morning briefing with all staff. So for example, if running is an issue inside, we would let all staff know that we're having a zero tolerance on running on Monday morning with all staff. And then we would go into assemblies with all students and we would say the exact same thing to the students in that if they're caught running, it'll be a 1 hour DT, if they're caught twice, it'll be an internal exclusion room. So basically it's consistency, everybody knows exactly what the school rules are.
Thank you for watching City News. I've been your host, Jim Reynolds. Good night.